Hello again. Welcome to Vow Glow with Pastor J. As usual, my name is Juliana Anake Ugu. This is a conversation on before and after the vow. Today we are talking about disagreeing and remaining friends with your spouse. So, we know that as long as we live in this flesh, offense must come. The Bible tells us in Matthew chapter 18, verse 7, that offense must come. That means, so long as we are human beings, living in the flesh, living with other human beings, going about everyday activities and interacting with people, there must be offense. Offense must come. Now, what happens after the offense is what determines how the relationship fares after the offense. So, as a husband and a wife living together, they are bound to have disagreement. They are bound to have misunderstanding where somebody can say one thing and the other person understands it differently, or somebody can do something and another person misunderstands the action. Misunderstandings will come. Offense will come. You're bound to get angry. You're bound to be upset. You're bound to be unhappy with some of the things or some of the decisions that your spouse will take or make. Now, how to handle these offenses, these disagreements, these challenges is what makes a relationship to grow stronger or weaker. So, what happens during the misunderstanding will determine how the relationship will fare after that misunderstanding. There is an African adage that says that a couple is like the tongue and the teeth. From time to time, the tongue and the teeth will have disagreement, and that's why you find out sometimes that you find somebody, you bite your tongue. That is a fight. That's what the African adage says. It's a fight between the mouth, the teeth, and the tongue. There is another adage that says that once you put plates together, they are bound to clatter. What does that mean? It means that so long as we are living together, we cannot avoid having these misunderstandings, these disagreements, and these issues. So what do you do when there is an offense in your relationship? How do you handle a situation, a misunderstanding, an offense in such a way that it does not mar your relationship with your spouse? Number one, watch the things you say. Do not go talking and just out of your emotions or your heart. Be careful. Remember that period will pass. Anger is an emotion, and all emotions pass. The feeling will pass, but the things you say or do may never pass. Remember that words are like bottle. Once they are broken, once a bottle is broken, it cannot be put together again. So once your words come out, you cannot take them back. You can go back to say you're sorry. You can go back to say you didn't mean it. But the thing you have said will leave a lasting impression on your spouse. So watch the things you say. Do not go cursing. Do not go insulting. Do not go abusing. Do not go using the things that your spouse had said to you in confidence in the time of his or her vulnerability as quarrel points. Do not repeat the things the person told you in confidence. Probably the person must have said, okay, my mom did this to my dad some years ago, or this thing happened in my family some years ago, or there was something that happened in my lineage some time ago, and all of that has affected the way relationships have happened in the past in my family. And then on this day, because you are upset with your spouse, you go say, I don't blame you. That is how people do in your family. That is how people do in your lineage. That's no wonder this happened to this. No wonder your mom couldn't stay with your dad. No wonder your dad left your mom. And all of those things. You are beginning to exhume things that were supposed to be your spouse's vulnerable, intimate moments that they had trusted you with. And now you are throwing them back at them and shoving them down the person's throat. Now, that moment of anger and displeasure will pass, but the fact that you have used what the person told you against them may never pass. They could say they have forgiven you, but they will keep going back to them. They'll keep thinking about them. They will feel betrayed. They will feel like you have stabbed them in the back. So, Watch the things you say in the moment of your anger or displeasure. Do not stab your spouse. Do not injure your spouse with your words or your actions just because you do not feel right. Number two, focus on the issue of displeasure, the focus of contention. That is on the issue that you are disagreeing about, and not on the person of your spouse or the personality of your spouse. So you're not happy because your spouse has done something that has made you upset. Do not go saying you're a useless man, or you're a useless woman, or you're a stupid woman, calling names and abusing. You are attacking the person of your spouse because you are not happy. Now, when you attack the person of your spouse, you're tearing down his or her self-esteem. You're tearing down his or her emotions. You cannot tear down a person and then turn around to want to hug the person. The reason why you are one is the fact that what hurts one person will hurt the other person. So remember that as your spouse is hurting, they will in turn want to hurt back. They, even if they do not want to hurt back, they may hold back, they may keep quiet, they may not say anything, but they have been broken inside. So the things you say will go a long way to determine how your spouse sees you after the disagreement. So focus on the issue. Talk about the thing, your displeasure. Address your displeasure. Do not sweep issues under the carpet. Do not keep quiet when you feel unhappy or dissatisfied or misunderstood. Do not keep quiet if you feel that you do not understand the way things or situations are going. Speak up, but address the issue. Speak about the situation. Did your spouse overspend money? Talk about the fact that he or she has overspent money and it's going to affect your finances. It's going to affect other areas of your life, your family life. It's going to affect other things. Does the person have a habit of hanging out with the wrong people? Talk about the fact that he or she is hanging out with the wrong people and it will affect your relationship. It will impact negatively on your relationship, on your marriage, and on your family. Is the person formed the habit of probably leaving dirty dishes around or dirty clothes around? Talk about the fact that it is not hygienic to leave dirty dishes or dirty clothes around, instead of attacking the person of your spouse and say you're a dirty man, you're a dirty woman, you're a useless woman. I do not understand why people will call their spouse's name such derogatory names, and you still expect to be one with this person, and you still expect the person's heart to openly embrace you, and you still expect this person's heart to openly accept you. There will be some reservations. They may laugh with you to your face. They may laugh. They may appear as if all is well, but internally there will be some reservations, because you are saying that this is what I look at you like. This is what I see you to be. I see you as a dirty person. I see you as a useless person. I see you as a stupid person. You say that to a person and you want to hug the person later? No. So while you are upset and angry, focus on the issue you decide, the issue of conflict, the thing you are disagreeing about, not on the person, not on the personality of your spouse. Number three, remember to use the I statement. Because usually when we are upset and we go saying, you have done this, you're always doing this, you're always doing, the other person feels attacked. And if the person is not very mature enough to understand that sometimes you do not respond to attack, especially if it's coming from a significant other, the person might want to lash back. So the person might want to attack in return. So what do you do when you are upset and you want to talk about how you feel? Use the I statement. For example, you go say, I feel left alone, vulnerable when you stay out long. I feel uncomfortable when I come home and there are dirty clothes and dirty dishes all around the house. I feel displeasure when we spend money like this and we know that there are other things to be done with money. I feel uncomfortable. I am under pressure when you say this and you say that. Now, the fact that you have told the person that you are under pressure, you are voicing the way you feel. You're talking to the person about how you feel. And now when you begin to say, as a result of what you have done, this is how I feel. Now you're coming from the place of talking about how you feel. So you use the I statements in trying to explain how you feel, in trying to explain what's going on, in trying to explain the situation around. Do not go attacking your spouse or saying it to them as if they are being attacked. When you do that, of course, the other person will want to fight back. Never forget that your spouse, you and your spouse are not enemy. Your spouse is not your enemy. Never forget that your spouse is not your enemy. You are just having a disagreement. You are just having a difference of opinion. You are just having a misunderstanding, and you're just having a conflict in that moment, and that the conflict will pass. Never forget that the conflict will pass. Never forget that your spouse is your friend and you are your spouse's go-to person. Never forget that the two of you have become one. Never forget that whatever hurts your spouse will in turn hurt you. So it is you and your spouse against the world, and not you against your spouse. So remember that when the conflict passes, you will have to come back to your spouse. Do not win the argument and lose your spouse. It is better to lose the argument and retain your spouse. It is possible to disagree with your spouse and remain friends. In fact, always strive, always try, endeavor to disagree with your spouse and remain friends. Do not let those moments of disagreement become a wall that is gradually building between you and your spouse, to the extent where someday you wake up and both of you have become strangers. Always resolve your conflicts and remain friends and move on. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you feel in the comment section. I'll see you again next time. Bye.